Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the www.vlookup-excel.com lecture, and today I'm going to show you something very wonderful. And maybe you already watched my previous video about special block charts, and today I'm going to show you the special block charts with percentages. So what is a special block chart? You can see here this chart is a building block chart. This is all small building blocks, and these blocks start to get a color depending on the value. So in this case you see that 50% is colored because of the 50% completion rate. So what happens if we change this, for example, to this or that? You can see here in project number 3, 75% is done and 75% is colored. So this is a very nice chart as a dashboard to quickly display information which has a lot of value and needs to be very visual. And if you are an infographic lover, you will understand exactly how to use this stuff. So, but even if you do know how to use it, how to make one. So I'm going to show you right now how we're going to make this wonderful chart. So first of all, I will need a blank sheet. I'm going to put it next here. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to copy the project value. And you see here, this is the completion is here now in percentages. And we need to remember first M and N. That's the column we need to put it in. So column M and N. There you are. So the next thing what we have to do is we need to make this part. But to do this we need to make all small squares. And you can see here in total, as you see here, there's already some stuff hiding in here. But these blocks are 10 by 10. That means 100% is full. If to show you this is, if we type in here 100%, you can see this is full. And 99% equals almost full. As you can see, so 100 blocks, 10 by 10. So we need to make the columns more smaller so it will fit properly. So we're going to select here 10 columns. So this is 5 by 5, that is 10. So we're going to make them nice squares like this, slightly bigger. And there you are. So now what we have to do is we have to fix the upper part, as you can see here, project 3, and the lower part. So we select here merge cells on number 5. So then this means on number 16 will be the other part. Remember, you need to have 10 rows for the blocks. So now we've done that, we need to start to create here a nice color. I want to give this a nice color, and this color will be green. And we can take here some fonts. Well, we have here the white font, so let's make this white, and below same story, bold. Alright, so now we did this, we merged them into 10 cells, so now it's ready. This here we can just leave it for now. So step 1 is, first of all, getting this. How do you make this drop down list? This drop down list is a very wonderful tool, and you get the information from here. So I'm going to show you. Before you can make the drop down list, you need to assign the value in a list. So let's give this a list value, and to give this a list value you just click here. Well, you select the ones you want to have a list value, and you give this. Well, I'm going to call this project percentage. You can give it just project, it's no problem, whatever you want. I call it project percentage because I have more lists already in here. So, oh, apparently this is not allowed, so I need to change another one. Okay, project percentage. So we have this now. So the next part is, it's time to connect the list in here. To do this, select this cell where you want to put it in the list. You go to the data. Once you click the data, you click here on data validation. You click on this, and instantly you get a message here. And it says here what kind of value you want. They allow you select your list, and you select here, you can select like this, if you forget the name, percentage. Or, for example, you just don't know what's the name, so you select F3, and you can see here, and I see I have a typo here, very bad. But you can see here instantly the list. So you select that. Once you select that, and you now have a drop down list with every option possible. So now we need to connect. You can see here we want to connect the value of the percentage now. And we need to use for this, you can see here the VLOOKUP, we're going to use the VLOOKUP as well. So what we do is equal. We type in VLOOKUP, open parentheses, then we select our value. This is our value, lookup value, because it's based on this. If it's this, then we should search here for the value number 50. So what do we do here? The table array, we select the table array as this is the entire table we want the information on. And we see here we have two columns. Column 1 is the M column in this case, and column 2, the completion. So when this is important because now you have to type in the column index number, and that is number 2. Once you did that, you have to select true or false. For some reason, Excel always goes on true, as that is the standard value, and that's the approximate value. And personally, I use 99% of the time I use false, in this case also false, because we want an exact match and not an approximately match. No range, but an exact match. So I will type in here false and close parentheses and enter. And you can see here now we have percentages, and Excel sees percentages like this, not as 50, but as 0.5, because they believe 1 equals 100, so 0.5 equals 50. So what we do is this. You select this, you go to home and select percentage, and there you are. So now we're almost done. So what is the next part? We have two things to do, and we can do first here this part. You can see here there are colors here, and these colors are based on values. And you can see here also, of course, the numbers in here. So how does this work? Very easy. First of all, you need to remember there are two values. There's a 0 and there's a 1 value. And it's very easy. It would just communicate if we select in here. If this is 1, the value should become dark green, or the cell becomes dark green. And if it's light green, if it's 0, it will become light green. So this is the same system. So let's look at this first. So alright, how do we give this? This is a conditional formatting, and if you click on home and then you select here conditional formatting, we are going to give this a condition, and this condition will be, as I told you before, the green or the dark green. So we will select equal to, it must be exact match, so 0 should be equal to, and then I will take here light green. So I will take, for the fonts I want light green, so the fonts will not appear, and then the filler will become also light green, so everything will blend in at the back. So you click OK to confirm. So what happens now if I type in 1? Instantly it disappears. The white comes back. If we type in 0, you can see the 0 is in here, but it's hidden. And that is the way how it works. So let's select this one more time. Give it conditional formatting. Select highlight cell rules and get another one equal. And now the equal should be to 1. If the value is 1, custom format. Give it a color again. Now our color will be dark green, and our font color will be equal to dark green. And press OK to confirm, and OK. So what happens now is that the value, if this is 1, it becomes dark green. If it's 0, it becomes light green. So next, one of the final part is to give this a nice black the border. I want to have a nice border in here. I will take a thick border. If I take the thick border, and I already see the color is on white, normally it's on black, so you select here white to make this. Then if you see this, well, just ignore this, you click on this again, and click, and click. Alright, now you're done clicking. It's time for this. You select the format, and there you are. So now you have this all, and it's all ready now for the remaining part. So you saw here, there is a value hidden in here, you can see. And this is normally the 1, but now what we want to do is, we want to move this now to the following, because now 1 equals 100%. So the value must be different. First of all, we need 10 columns again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this, yes. We make these smaller. This is correct. 5 plus, oh. And there you are. Okay, now we have these cells, and now I'm going to give this a value. Remember, 1%, 1 equals 100%. So if you want to have 1%, you need to have 1.0 equals 1%. Very important. So if you know this, you can do the formula very easy. So you type in here 0.01. Once you did this, you can see that the value will be 0.101. Then you type in equal plus this plus 0.101. So this will be now 2%. Let's see. This is 2%. You can see like we will have 100 values in here from 1 to 100. And you can see here as well, if we make this. So that means we need 100 values in here, so that will correspond to this. This is very important. So alright, let's make this. Well, let's make this slightly larger so we can see the percentages. Yes, you can see here. So what is here is this is 11%. This is 21%. So if we type in this plus 1%, that's also possible. Will this work? Yes, that will work as well. So now you know this is working. We can quickly continue this. Plus 1%. Alright. So I want the following. I want here 31%. I want 41%. I want 51%. I want 61%. 71%. 81%. 91%. And we're done. Alright, now you need to drag them in here. Oh. And you can see, if you want to drag them like this, that does not work. You can see here, even if you would select here the control, look, it will get far bigger values. 491, as you can see here. That does not make any sense. We don't want this. So what we want is the following. That's why I was doing that. This plus 1%. You can see here, this is working. So we can drag this down, and you can see everything is working neatly. And now we can do it like this. And the formulas, let's see if everything works properly. And you can see here, now we have everything ready. And it's time for the final part, and that is putting the formula in place. You can see everything is working exactly. And we have 100 cells here. So we have now the if value, and this is the final part. And now what I'm typing here, you will not be able to see because the color is equal. So I want you to look at this part. And I will say here the following. Okay, if, you can see here, open parentheses. Probably you can see here. Well, let's select this. It's probably more clear. So what is our logical test? The logical test will be if this value, yes, the 50%, and then I'm going to freeze this, so type in F4. If this is greater than or equal to this percentage, in that case, you will put the value 1. The reason why, if this is 1, it will get dark green. And you know, or else you put this on value 0, so it will maintain light green. And press OK to confirm. And you can see now this is working beautifully. And we can drag this now. You can see like, well, 50% is higher. So it has a higher value compared to the 10%. So we can do this, and this should be 50% should have a green color. Yes, and there it is. And you can see how wonderful this looks like. And let's look and test it out with different values. So now you have a wonderful building block chart that will give colors. And let's remove this. I don't remember, you cannot delete this, but you can hide it like this. And so this looks very professional. And we can make this nicer. We can remove all the excess in here. Delete this. Then we say shift this to up. And there you are. Now you're done. It works perfectly. So I hope this was a very useful lecture, and I hope you can use this as well as in your dashboard. And if you want to know more about different dashboards and anything else with Excel in combination with VLOOKUP or everything else all related to Excel, just check out my website www.vlookup-excel.com.